impression that's also a discussion in Germany on Turkish Muslim. 10 years ago, it were all Turkish people, now they are all Muslims. That's a real shame. Then we have, or let's say, in Islam, you are Muslim when your father is Muslim.
Yes.
You don't have to be baptized, it's just the same. If your father is a Muslim, you are also a Muslim.
Yeah, when you are living in Turkey, as when you're born, and your family is going to go to some place, some building, so the government building, they are giving you your ID, and on your ID they don't even ask you. It's just they are writing your religion is Islam. If you want, I have a Turkish ID. I can show you, so you will see the first time maybe Turkish ID.
Go get it.
It's in your personal
Go
document.
get
Yes, now
Go get
with
it.
me.
Yeah, okay.
I was having this because I wanted to show you, so you will know.
I wish you still had your old one that said virgin.
Ah, it's cancelled. I'm going to tell that story too.
Yeah. But if you still had it just to show, to really just see it, it would be so cool.
If I knew that I'm going to do this when I'm a grown-up woman, I would definitely take the picture, so I would just show that. So they give you this ID, your name, your surname, mother, father name, mother name, when I born, my date, and you turn. If I'm married or some nothing, this is.
Oh yeah, that's religion.
I take it out.
Yeah.
I went to the building. I said I want to take it out because I'm not Muslim.
And you're not punished with that?
Not anymore. but the problem is, it's not on her ID, but it's still in her civil record.
Yes, that's true.
So when they count how many Muslim people are in Turkey, she's counting as one of them.
Yeah.
And she had no choice over that.
But in Germany we have the discussion how many of these people who say they are Muslim are just cultural Muslims and not more religious Muslims. For these food stuff and so on. They said, that's my lifestyle. In that way I'm a Muslim, but I never go to the mosque. That's not.
There is lots of people like this. If you do ask them, they say, yes, I am Muslim. But some of them know actually that they say just Muslim, but they don't do anything what is writing in Quran.
Yeah.
But they do live like this. But some family are giving pressure to them. So some of them is getting religious, and some of them is being atheists because of the pressure and just there is something wrong, and they are searching things, and they became atheists, which is good.
Do you know if Kemal Atatürk was religious or not?
Well, there is no actual proof about it. So right now it's just a speculation. People debate. Some people say he was atheist, some people say he was Muslim, but there's no proof where he came out and himself said that he was atheist or that he was Muslim.
Because his division of state and church in Turkey, that must not be the sign that he's atheist. Because also in Germany we have people who are Christians that say state and church have to be divided. So that's not real. And I think these kind that Erdogan built his new palace in a special area which was spent from Atatürk to the state. I think that's very symbolic to say, I sit on Atatürk, I'm the new one man.
Well, because of his political things. But I will tell my opinion. It's something like that, yes. Atatürk, for me, he was really open-minded. For me, he was not a religious person. And I guess I don't want to give wrong information, but as far as I do remember, he was the one who was, you know, on the mosque, there is 5 times they are saying something, prayer. And he said, let's make it in Turkish, not in Arab. So it was him, so you will understand what is singing there.
The Imam says.
Yeah, because in Quran, they say this. Lots of people are saying who is imams. They said if you will read in Arabic language is better, but do not read Turkish ones. So I'm okay. For me, it is, if you will read the Turkish things, you will understand what's going on. So for you to don't understand, they say, read Arabic. Well, God is just knows Arabic. He doesn't understand the Turkish. What's wrong with it?
It's just like the Catholic Church and the Latin Bible. No one could read the Bible. It was in Latin.
Just the very same. The Vatican said, okay, all the nations here can speak now in your national language, and people first understand what the priest is telling them. When my son went to school, there in the school, more than the half of the pupils were immigrants, and so always a Turkish father and a German father were the speakers of the class, the parents of the class. And he said, we are so liberal, open-minded in the West Turkey, we are Europeans. And they had no idea of religion. And in the last, I think, 15 years, or what about 15 years, there was a religious strengthening of Islam in Germany. Not before. And then there come in the organizations and these different central organizations of Muslims and so on. And I don't know why.
Well, I born in Istanbul, and I left Istanbul when I was 18, and I used to live in Cyprus, North Cyprus. I lived there, I think, 16 years, and when I do come back to live in Istanbul again, I was totally shocked. I was coming sometimes, going, but it was like a holiday. But when I was living here, I was like, what happened to this country? Everywhere is mosques, it's okay, but they are opening their volume, so you can just hear everywhere. 2 days ago, I guess it's before I came here, I was just lying down and I jumped like, what? It was like Imam is in my room and it's just praying. So it is happening, and people are getting more religious. Some people, a little part, is more open-minded because they're like, oh, okay, people are using religion and trying to wash our brain. But some of them, totally blind, unfortunately, non-educated for me, they are just saying whatever you say. You say, okay, this is the right. They say, yes, this is the right. You say, come here. They are like, okay, where to go? I mean, they are not even think. If they would think, will be better. And now in Turkey, on the book is even to biology book. It's science book. It is I don't know. We have all so cool things, just middle things. Who is
middle school?
Yeah, middle school. So it was writing on the biology book. God has created the beings such a perfect way. It's biology. If you want to teach this in the religion lesson, okay, go ahead. How can you teach the little kids? So if we are going to school, if I have a kid, if they are going to the school, they are going to learn these things, and of course they will become religious because they don't know the science. And when they do ask question, if they can, because they say, God knows, don't ask too much question. It is the sin. Are you questioning to God? You shouldn't do that. Always these problems. So if they are teaching in the school, the little brain, with scare, God is going to punish you, you are going to hell. So you will believe, actually you will scared, and you will feel, okay, I have to believe. And one day, if they will have question in their mind, they will even scared to ask the question, and they will say, no, God is going to punish me, so I just have to be blind. So it is going to be worse, I guess, because this religious things is in the school now. They are teaching how to read with the beautiful way Quran, Muhammad's life. Why?
Why? I think Erdogan had made the economic success.
Yeah.
The middle classes are getting more money, more riches. And with these economic success, there was also this national identity. We are the great Turkish people, the great Turkish nation. And the third, the columns of religion. I think that's a package that he put all things together.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, that reminds me of somebody that you might be familiar with here in Germany. That's all I can say.
As you look to Erdogan, it's just the average man. He said, I'm the president, I'm the... Kemal Atatürk, he was a general, while he was a pasha.
It's true.
And then these small Erdogan with this, hey boy.
Yes, from this very poor, bad area of Istanbul, and he used to sell Smit when he was a kid to help his parents have money.
Yep.
But I think the reason it's happening here in Germany, from speaking with Turkish people that are living here, is because in Turkey it's happening in the schools too. So the family doesn't have to put that much pressure because you're learning it in school. Mm-hmm. But in Germany, children are going to school and they're learning about sex education, they're learning about science, they're learning about reasoning, and deductive reasoning is something that doesn't get taught in Turkey, but it does here. And so that what happens is in the families and in the communities, it gets more tough. Mm-hmm. And then what happens is they scare you through the things your parents do. In my opinion, it's a type of child abuse. Can you please share the things that these mothers tell their daughters to scare them about the religion, like the garden things and the snake things?
Yes, my grandmother has been telling me if I will not cover my hair, each hair is going to return as a snake when I die and went to the other world, and they are going to eat me. Mm-hmm. And
these horror tales.
To children.
When I was a child, and I was sleeping, and I was imagining my whole hair is going to be snake and going to eat me. I was and 2 days later it was really breakdown. I said, okay, I want to go to a hairdresser and I want to cut my hair. Mm-hmm. She didn't understand the reason. Mm-hmm. And she said, okay, so we went to a hairdresser and we cut my hair. And I smiled and I said, okay, they can eat me now. She said, no. Uh-huh. When you go and die, they are going to grow up. And they are going to eat you again. And your hair has to close your teeth. So when you die, they will not show up. So she said, you are still doing something in sin things. Mm-hmm. Okay, long is sin, is cutting is sin, is what to do. And my mother was saying that I was always questioning this. This is really, it is hard to get kids to wash their face. So my grandmother was saying, when you are dying, evil is peeing to your face. So go and wash your face, just to do something, because the children are bullied. And I was doing it, but when I was going to sleep, I was like, when he is going to come? Mm-hmm. How he looks like. I was trying to sleep, but I was curious too. I was like, sometimes, where is he? So I was sleeping with scared. So they are doing it to you. When people are asking to us, being an atheist things, they say, don't you scared? Mm-hmm. It is always in their mind. Yep. Because they scared to ask question, so better to believe. Mm-hmm. What if he exists? Things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But when you found the organization, it was 2013, 2 years ago? 1 year ago. 1.5 years ago. 1 year ago.
Yeah, April 2015.
Has it anything to do with the Gezi protest? A philosopher, he said, in the reaction of the Gezi protest, Erdogan shows his real face. That he would not accept any kind of protest or critic or something else. That had nothing to do with these, that you had the idea we have to found an organization where we are open-minded, can come together and have this little small space of freedom.
No, because as far as us creating this association, it was something that was already going on before. It was already something that people wanted to do. They just hadn't actually got the right group of people together yet that accomplished it. So it was already something that was underground in the works, you know. And it was something that was done in response to the overwhelming, increasing religious pressure. But our association has much more small reach than that. You see what I'm saying? We do promote secular ideas, but overall, we established just for very simple goals, just to be able to have the freedom to say you're atheist and to live as atheist in Turkey without having to be drowned in religion and abused by religion. So, yeah. I mean, I do agree that Gezi was a very significant thing that happened in Turkey, in Istanbul. I think it made a lot of people maybe be more aware of issues like this. But as far as us creating our association, it's not related to the Gezi Park protest.
And now, what I understand, right, you work in Istanbul and in Izmir, and have connection with the Atheist Alliance International.
Yeah.
And that was also the way you come to Cologne to the conference, or no?
No, actually not.
On social media, Arzu Toker has found us.
Oh, yeah.
And she did email us, and she said, I find you guys and I would like to help you. If there is anything that I can do for you, please do contact with me. We were like, okay. So we were searching for her. We were like, wow.
Arzu.
Yeah, Arzu. And then we start to email each other, and she said it was some little newspaper things, Mız.
MIZ.
It is writing M-I-Z.
MIZ.
Okay, I can
That's
see
the newspaper of the IPCA.
Okay.
So there was some interview,
Yeah.
and she said, is that okay if I will send you a question and you will answer? We said okay. Then she said, okay, I offered you to come to the IPCA, and we were like, wow, such a big thing. So it's the first step was Arzu Toker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She is our angel. Without wings.
That was a great angel, yes. I can accept that, very fine. But Cologne with the convention and so on, what have you done here in Berlin? Looking for friends or something else? And how you get in contact to the people who came together yesterday?
Okay. Every month, for the first Sundays, we are having a meeting in Istanbul. And we have Izmir.
Sunday assembly or what?
Yes, we are cutting the cats and sucking the bloods, and having fun and dancing, and of course group sex. You know, atheists.
And lots of alcohol,
At a minimum.
drugs, all kinds of things.
Yeah, we are having fun. We are atheists. So we are having meeting just for to say that why we are open the association, what we do as an association. And if we have any events, we are telling them the events. For example, it's the new news that being in IPCA and having another meetings in Köln and Berlin. So we are saying this, and then when we finish the presentation, we say, okay, tell about you. And they are saying, okay, my age is this, I'm atheist, or I'm deist, or I'm pantheist. And they are saying their story. So we do share the story, and people are getting more friendly and speaking with non-theist people, because it's hard to find in your normal life, and you can't even say your thought. So finding another people asking question is really good for them. Yes. So we are doing this in Istanbul and Izmir, and we said, okay, as far as we are here, Arzu Sage, and we have another friend is Attila, he lives in Berlin. They said, how about to have meeting here too? He said, good idea. So we had a meeting in Köln and Berlin as well. Yeah. But we had problems. Well, I was like, why is that? If you want me to tell you, just I can tell you the problems. If you don't want to, I will just hush.
The problems you have in Berlin or what?
And in Köln.
We had a problem in Köln. and in Berlin as well. And it was from Turkish people, actually. It's not another people. When we had meeting, there was some group, I will say, came to our meeting, and they were trying to ask you question and interrupt things. I was just doing the presentation, but you can smell the energy that there is something is going on. They were like, okay, I want to ask you a question. It is written in Quran, so you don't know Quran, that's why you are atheist. They wanted to discuss the Quran with us. We always said from the beginning as an association, we are not against religion. So they were trying to put us, so we will just say something and they will say, yes, you are swearing at my religion, you are insulting me things. It's always happening in Turkey too. So these people came for this and they start to, and I said it is not the meeting for this. Our meeting is explaining what we are doing things. But they start to shout each other. You know that, what's going on?
I heard that in Berlin they called the police.
Yes, it was the same. It was two women. One was showing up like she's a sorry mother and she is upset because of something and we believed her. And other one, you can just understand, I knew when she come, because she didn't sit with the other people, she separated herself. And she were looking and I was like, I didn't like that smell. And from the beginning she started to say, science find out that there is a God. I was like, what a science? Which science? So she started the conversation like that. I said, okay, I explained her again. And she keeps saying it, just popping up and saying it. And I say this, if you want to speak about these things, when we finished our presentation, you can speak with people.
Discuss
but
things.
now it is not about that.
Yeah.
And some of guy has been trying to read Quran in Köln. We were like, why are you doing it? So people, when I was talking with police as well, I told him, and it was so strange that you are coming from Turkey to Germany. You're not having any problem from German people or other people. You're having problem with Turkish people and Turkish religious people. Yeah. So we understand. Before I come here, I was like, why should we open something in Germany? I was like, it doesn't make any sense. But when I saw these things, Turkish atheists and non-theist people who is living here, yes, they might don't have any problem with German people or government at all, I can tell. But from the Turkish religious people, yes, they can have a problem. So that's why we have to be, I just realized, and when we go back to with Morgan, we are going to have a meeting and we are going to pop up and we are going to work in Germany more because they made us stronger. I would like to thank them that we could realize because of them. Yeah. So we are going to be more stronger here. We are going to open some little maybe office things here.
Oh, that's great.
And I would like to maybe someone else's, maybe Arzu, maybe German embassy or something will help us, because really is Turkish atheist and non-theist people needs support here from Turkish religious people.
Don't let them mess up your country. It's so lovely here.
No, it's about, I don't know the exact number, but I think 600 imams are paid from Turkey and Germany.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
From the Ministry of Religion.
Yeah.
I should see that Germany would send 600 priests, Christian priests to Turkey. on the payroll of the government.
Right?
Government.
Nobody does that.
No, Turkey would say, never allowed that.
Erdogan said that Muslims discovered America and therefore he would like to build a mosque in Cuba. First of all, I don't understand the correlation between Muslims discovering America and building a mosque in Cuba. And second of all, why are you so rich you can just build mosques in other people's countries? Like, so everybody is eating on, silver platters in Turkey? We are all so rich, like, woo, we're going to build mosques everywhere.
And so you will really look in the future to make a group or to
in Germany? Yes, definitely, definitely.
In Berlin or Cologne or
No,
something
actually,
like
we were thinking about which city, because after they mess up our meeting, after the meeting, some people came and they said, same as Köln. They said, oh, I do understand now, we shouldn't be alone here. And we need support, guys. And they said, let's be a team, and let's be stronger, and let's hold hand, and let's sister and brother things, so we will be stronger. They say this, we can see now clearly, yes, we need to open something here as a atheist or non-atheist Turkish people.
For the Turkish people here.
Yeah, I mean, everybody can join, it just doesn't matter, but the thing is, reason is to support non-atheist and atheist people from the religious people. So Germans has no problem, because when we were talking with people, we were saying that we are atheists, we are coming from Turkey, they were so friendly, they were like, oh, what you're doing, they were so curious.
People we met on the street.
It's just fine, but the religious Turks who is living here will give the problem to other Turks that who is non-atheist.
That's the influence of the detail. The government in Germany.
Well,
the Turkish government in Germany has great influence in the religious area. Most of the mosques in Germany are financed by the Turkish state. And that's quite interesting that you said, okay, we also, when the religion people and Erdogan come to Germany to make his propaganda, we also have to go to Germany, because it's one of the greatest foreign group of Turkish people outside Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the people, I'm sorry.
Sorry, do you have the idea that these people in Cologne and also here in Berlin were any just personal, or had an agent or and if it would only been in Cologne or only in Berlin, then
No, it wasn't personal. It wasn't personal.
No.
No.
Was it not personal?
It wasn't personal.
There's someone behind them who is interested to. I just gave them maybe 10 minutes.
There was something. It's just it was not personal things. When they pop up, they.
It's organized.
Other woman has been speaking like, okay, I'm a mother something, and she said, I just wanted to see the atheist people, that how they do look like,
Okay.
and we said, okay, it's, you can understand, and then she said some atheist people are so rude, some of them just so friendly, so she wanted to again put us.
Yeah.
So we will be angry and we will fight. Whatever you say, she was like, oh, you are saying something insulting. Not even, you don't even say it, but she was...
But it's quite interesting. If the invitation to that meeting is more in an informal way under friends and giving around to friends...
It's Facebook.
On Facebook.
That's how we promote it. On Facebook.
The enemy read also on Facebook, yes.
Yes, and we don't want to make it...
It's an open invitation.
But it's supposed to be open.
Yeah,
that's the point, is we want people to see it. We don't want it to be private, exclusive things. So, okay, we will figure out a solution where we will find some way that we will have security in these things. We're not going to stop making our meeting free and open to the people and advertise through ways where people can find it just because they can find it too. We will just figure out ways to work around that.
I would like to add is we were discussing why it is like this in Germany. For me, who is coming from Turkey to live here, they are coming with their culture. You can't bring your culture to somewhere that you are moving in. You have to follow their culture. So what they do as a family, they are like, okay, we are in the foreign country, we have to protect our culture. So they are so pushy to their child and special to religion as well. So they are more close-minded because they don't want to lose their culture, and they are getting more aggressive and more religious as well. That was the problem that we had actually.
I think it's in Berlin. Someone said Berlin, West Berlin, before 1989, is in three cultures: the normal German culture, the alternative people, that 150,000 people, and the Turkish culture. And their culture is correct because you can live in this culture and don't have to leave it. Well, you have all. You have medicines, you have shops, you have stores, you have videos, and so on. So you don't leave this culture room, and that's a problem in Berlin. You have areas, ghettos, Turkish ghettos.
New York is the perfect example of that. New York, because you have one for almost everybody.
Yeah, but in New York you have always these ghettos. The people are new, living near the ghetto, and the next generation is going further on. And the next wave of new immigrants.
I don't know. Have you ever seen the
Hasidic?
No. You can go in, especially now in Brooklyn, there's people walking around in burqas, and then you have Hasidic Jews and all this stuff, and they don't change. Wig shops.
In Little Russia and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just more of them in one place.
Yeah.
But that's what's happening, yeah.
Is there anything what we, as a German atheist or organizations, can do for you in Istanbul and Izmir? Money, I heard, is not allowed.
No, money is allowed. We will take your money. Please don't hesitate to give us your money. Our office is the size of a toilet.
So we will then give the account number.
Yes. We don't have an international account number yet. We just only have PayPal.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that this trip has also happened, because a lot of the Turkish supporters are saying we want to donate money once in a while when we have money, even if it's like we just donate 40 euros because we have extra 40 euros. But it's really difficult because we have to open PayPal account because the transfer thing is not working with Turkey. So I have written that to one of the topics for our meeting, so we will find some resolution.
Mm-hmm.
I had a similar issue in the United States when I went,
Yep.
and they asked how they can help us, and I said, I have to get back to you. I don't want to give that answer when people offer me money.
Perhaps you make an atheistic travel agency.
No, we want to make an atheist culture center.
Yes, we are thinking
To compensate for the fact that, look, we cannot change the Turkish government and the education system and all that stuff tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But what we can do is grow our community, grow our voice, grow our message, and we would like to create an atheist cultural center where we can provide a library, mm-hmm. we can provide education on science, philosophy, all of these things, social services, mm-hmm. health services, mm-hmm. both medical and physical, especially when it comes into sex education.
Yep.
Being able to help people get screening for STDs and things like this. Legal services, help finding jobs. If, we can make a database of places from our own experience where we found jobs that were okay with us being atheist. So we can grow our community, support our community. We can supplement what is lacking from Turkish society if we can get support from other people to do this. And it's not just going to be money, because it's going to be the books too, the computers, even the chairs in our office.
Yeah.
So it's a big project, and that's kind of our dream and our goal. I think that we really can accomplish this if we just stick on this path of not trying to entertain these religious debates and change people's opinion. And that's what we said, because everybody was a little discouraged after what happened in the meeting. We said, look, don't focus on how you can change that. Yes, it sucks and it feels bad, and let her live with that. Just think about, what can we do to grow ourselves, make our voices heard, so that the same way religious people get free range to claim harassment and insults, we can have a voice where people will listen when we say it too. We won't be that mosquito anymore they think they can just swat.
That sounds great.
Yeah,
we will meet in 5 years again.
Hopefully.
In Turkey, but in Germany and here, when we are going to collect some office or something like that, yes, we are going to need your help, definitely, because they really need, Turkish non-theists really needs support when they are living in Germany. And again, I'm saying it's not from the German people, from the Turkish religious people. Mm-hmm. So we will keep in touch if we need anything, because we were thinking to do actually maybe philosophy school, something like that. So we will need to some professor for to talk things, So it will be great if we will keep in touch.
Oh,
yeah.
Summer school of in atheism in Istanbul or Izmir. Oh, that sounds very great.
Yeah, we are thinking to do that atheism culture center. If we can open this, loads of things are going to change, really, because as Morgan said, we cannot change the system, but we can do something and people can come. And maybe their kid will come and will learn everything, science, not the biology that which is in the school, but yes, real science, the center that we are going to build. It's really, really big things that will change.
I see it. ACC. That's great. Yes.
Actually, if you want to know a little joke, in Turkish the initials would be AKM.
AKM.
And there's also, this is just coincidence. There is AKM there that is closed down, and it's supposed to have been demolished by the government, but it's not yet. It was Atatürk Cultural Center.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
we have the same initials. She was trying to say it, and she kept saying Atatürk, Atatürk. She's like, autism.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.